In general, pubertal timing continues to, in some respects, play a role in adulthood. Early developing girls may not be at-risk girls. Pubertal development is linked with adjustment in many areas of life. Much of the current literature on timing effects supports the gender deviation pattern of pubertal timing effects, such that most common extreme timing groups are the greatest risk for symptoms of psychopathology. Because girls as a group tend to show outwardly visible signs of maturation a couple of years earlier than boys, early maturing girls and late maturing boys are most deviant compared to the same age peers. As discussed in our sessions, early maturing females are at risk of various problems. There are several potential explanations for the mechanism by which early physical development influences the emergence of adverse outcomes. These fall broadly into categories of psychosocial, biological, or selection effects. Advocates of a psychosocial process note the influence of environmental context in coming of age. Early mature participates a flurry of social changes for which girls may not be developmentally ready. Braden and Co. 1993. Early maturing girls are forced to grapple with social changes with fewer resources than late maturing peers. The early maturing girls get diverted from their routines because of depressed mood, where they tend to use mobile phones and not attend classes regularly, a student like Mia. Mia may be socially, emotionally, and cognitively immature. Students who mature at the early age must be exposed to many skills as much as possible to increase their confidence level. If Mia is not exposed to the level, then it will be a problem to the vignette, where these exposure must happen before the pruning and myelination starts. That is where the brain cells grow very faster. As Mia is interested in sports, she must be sports and visual arts. She must be concentrating more on sports and visual arts. If she is not exposed to the skills, it will be either use it or lose it principle.
Mia's main cognitive issue is that she is unable to keep up with retaining class content. From a biological perspective, Mia appears to have experienced puberty much earlier. Early maturation girls experience greater chances of psychological disorders such as anxiety, depression, and schizophrenia. Earlier symptoms of such disorders can impact cognitive abilities in maintaining attention and retaining information that is vital for schemas application. Mia is also stated to have only 2 very close friends. There is a lack of socialization in Mia's life, which alters her cognitive functions such as having lack of increase in grey matter, production, and limited cortical thickness. This phase is vital for absorbing and retaining stimuli from working memory to long-term memory. The stage of development is sensitive to social stimuli for better reflection, balance of social emotional learning, understanding and mentalizing other perspectives. Social deprivation causes Mia to adopt antisocial behavior that limits her brain activity to grasp new stimuli, explained visually or in auditory modes by other people, such as teachers. The vignette also mentions that Mia is also consistently using her phone in class and at school. The issue here is her split attention from focusing on class content. Excessive technology use leads to reduced attention and negatively impacts the ability to retain information. Overwhelming social apps have constant pop-up ads, notifications, messages, which causes Mia's attention span to be short and become easily distracted from lengthy stimuli.
Risk factors are features at the biological, psychological, family, or community level that enhance the likelihood of negative outcomes. Mia displays risk factors that are not only affecting her well-being, but will in turn harm her educational outcomes. These are shown through Mia being cyberbullied, not showing up for class, and her family having limited English skills with financial troubles. Researchers found that students who are cyberbullied have an increase in rates of stress, depression, and anxiety than those who are not. Ybarra and Mitchell, 2004, found that 39% dropped out of school, 37% showed delinquent behaviour, 32% engaged in substance abuse frequently, and 16% developed depression from being cyberbullied. Horton et al. 2002 also found that 12 to 14-year-old girls have the highest rate of self-harm already. With this in mind, Mia is at a high chance of these risks from her cyberbullying, which is impacting her mental state through the distressed look on her face after looking at her phone. If Mia is constantly focused on the harsh treatment received online, this will be impacting her ability to retain class content and pay attention in class as her thoughts are consumed by what is being said about her, as well as the worry of what will happen next. Similarly, students who experience financial stress at higher levels are more likely to discontinue schooling than financially secure peers. This could be as a result of needing to get a job to help out the family's finances or look after siblings at home so that both parents can work full-time. While Mia has a supportive home environment, there may still be the pressure to take on the family role of being a female, taking care of the family to assist with said financial troubles.
Nelson David in 1999 And a few years later, Krohn and Dahl found adolescence as a phase of serious neurological formation and social reorientation. To understand Mia's case, we can apply the social and emotional learning framework called the CELL framework. We can broadly categorize that into two brackets. One is the cognitive development, the other is the non-cognitive development. On the cognitive development side, Mia has got a really well-developed spatial, memory, and muscle skills, which can be inferred from her sports as well as from her visual arts interest. She needs a bit of focus on the time management skills. On the non-cognitive development side, she's got a good motivation. She wanted to do well in studies and she wanted to pursue higher studies. But she lacks the effort to back up that motivation and the commitment. She also needs a lot of focus on her communication as well as social skills. With just 2 friends and keeping herself to the phone all the time doesn't tell much about her social development to us. She also needs some coping strategies to overcome the stress that she's going through. We also found out that in 1995, Kwok devised a strategy for understanding the student's cultural background before applying the strategies for interventions. Casement in 1994 conducted an experiment which found out that the peer victimization leads to a poor medial prefrontal cortex development, which leads to poor decision-making skills. So if we apply all these strategies, we should be able to find out a good intervention for developing social skills for Mia.
Hello, Mia's dad. Come have a seat. I'd like to talk to you about your daughter. So your daughter Mia in my class, she's recently been on her phone a lot in my class, and she's also absent a lot. Now I've noticed that in class she's not retaining schoolwork, she's just on her phone a lot, and she's absent. I have a feeling that she's undergoing a lot of stress due to her excessive time on the phone, which may cause her to be absent. I've already referred her to school counsellor and other special help if needed. I do suggest that you help reduce her phone time at home, maybe engage in some social activities to promote social and emotional interaction.
Thank you.
It's alright.
Okay. The advantages of the interventions are research shows that adolescent will still value the parents' opinion, and sharing feedback would reinforce the positive behavior with the students.
The con of this, on the other hand, is that a lack of effective communication between the parent and child can lead to a further disobedience from Mia, feeling as though her individuality is being misunderstood.
For the second intervention, for Mia to engage in her visual arts profession, the visual arts teacher can encourage Mia to attend classes to improve her grades, to stop going on the phone in class, in order for her to go to a visual arts program. Since the visual teacher has connections with these, she's able to influence Mia to improve her academic progress in order to attend this. The pros of that is that she's able to delve into her profession and increase engagement with the lessons, improve her grades in general, not just in visual arts. The only con that's detected is that there might be a time management in regards to her probably having to work to help her family with low socioeconomic things, which, yeah.
On Mia's cyberbullying issue, I as a teacher would refer her to the school's student counselor, who are trained and have got a professional experience in managing such issues. The student counselor will also be able to understand the issues at a school level and be able to help not just Mia, but also increase the cyber awareness among the students. He or she may also be able to help with the stress coping strategies that is associated with the cyberbullying issues. The pro of this intervention would be that we are sending Mia to a more experienced person who can address it at a school level and be probably able to help a larger student cohort than just Mia. The con of this intervention would be Mia would not be able to open up as much as she would to a normal school teacher, and her comfort level might vary. And also she might be thinking that seeking active help could be looked down upon her by her friends. So we as a teacher should encourage her to seek active support and not be discouraged by going to a student counselor and having a conversation with them.